Without music, life would be a mistake. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. I'm not upset that you lied to me, I'm upset that from now on I can't believe you. And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. It is hard enough to remember my opinions, without also remembering my reasons for them. There is always some madness in love. But there is also always some reason in madness. You must have chaos within you to give birth to a dancing star. You have your way. I have my way. As for the right way, the correct way, and the only way, it does not exist. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. In heaven, all the interesting people are missing. He who has a why to live for can bear almost anyhow. There are no facts, only interpretations. The man of knowledge must be able not only to love his enemies but also to hate his friends. We should consider every day lost on which we have not danced at least once. When we are tired, we are attacked by ideas we conquered long ago. I cannot believe in a God who wants to be praised all the time. In individuals, insanity is rare, but in groups, parties, nations and epochs, it is the rule. No one can construct for you the bridge upon which precisely you must cross the stream of life, no one but you yourself alone. Is man merely a mistake of God's? Or God merely a mistake of man? The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. The advantage of a bad memory is that one enjoys several times the same good things for the first time. I am a forest, and a night of dark trees, but he who is not afraid of my darkness, will find banks full of roses under my cypresses. The thought of suicide is a great consolation, by means of it one gets through many a dark night. Every deep thinker is more afraid of being understood than of being misunderstood. Thoughts are the shadows of our feelings, always darker, emptier and simpler. The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly. Faith, not wanting to know what the truth is. I would believe only in a God that knows how to dance. A casual stroll through the lunatic asylum shows that faith does not prove anything. The true man wants two things, danger and play. For that reason he wants woman, as the most dangerous plaything. There are no beautiful surfaces without a terrible depth. We have art in order not to die of the truth. You must be ready to burn yourself in your own flame. How could you rise anew if you have not first become ashes? All truly great thoughts are conceived while walking. Be careful, lest in casting out your demon you exorcise the best thing in you. There are two different types of people in the world, those who want to know, and those who want to believe. One ought to hold on to one's heart, for if one lets it go, one soon loses control of the head too. All things are subject to interpretation. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. A good writer possesses not only his own spirit but also the spirit of his friends. Silence is worse. All truths that are kept silent become poisonous. That which is done out of love is always beyond good and evil. In truth, there was only one Christian and he died on the cross. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. All I need is a sheet of paper and something to write with, and then I can turn the world upside down. Ah, women. They make the highs higher and the lows more frequent. The lonely one offers his hand too quickly to whomever he encounters. Amor fati, love your fate, which is in fact your life. What does your conscience say? You should become the person you are. Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders. There is not enough love and goodness in the world to permit giving any of it away to imaginary beings. Perhaps I know best why it is man alone who laughs. He alone suffers so deeply that he had to invent laughter. To live is to suffer, to survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. One repays a teacher badly if one always remains nothing but a pupil. After coming into contact with a religious man, I always feel I must wash my hands. There is more wisdom in your body than in your deepest philosophy. Hope, in reality, is the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torments of man. Is it better to outmonster the monster or to be quietly devoured? I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and the impossible. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to walk and run and climb and dance. One cannot fly into flying. Throw roses into the abyss and say, "Here is my thanks to the monster who didn't succeed in swallowing me alive." One must be a sea, to receive a polluted stream without becoming impure. One must give value to their existence by behaving as if one's very existence were a work of art. It is my ambition to say in 10 sentences what others say in a whole book. I assess the power of a will by how much resistance, pain, torture it endures and knows how to turn to its advantage. Remorse, never yield to remorse, but at once tell yourself, remorse would simply mean adding to the first act of stupidity a second. Convictions are more dangerous foes of truth than lies. Love is a state in which a man sees things most decidedly as they are not. There is an innocence in admiration. It occurs in one who has not yet realized that they might one day be admired. Nothing on earth consumes a man more quickly than the passion of resentment. He who climbs upon the highest mountains laughs at all tragedies, real or imaginary. The irrationality of a thing is no argument against its existence, rather a condition of it. One must pay dearly for immortality. One has to die several times while still alive. Two great European narcotics, alcohol and Christianity. When you stare into the abyss stares back at you. The author must keep his mouth shut when his work starts to speak. All great things must first wear terrifying and monstrous masks in order to inscribe themselves on the hearts of humanity. One must not let oneself be misled. They say judge not. But they send to hell everything T-hat stands in T-airway. Be careful when you cast out your demons that you don't throw away the best of yourself. The earth has a skin and that skin has diseases. One of its diseases is called man.